So welcome to our first PTA meeting of the year. Thank you to all of those who are here in person, as well as those who are attending over Zoom. My name is Kevin Lyon. I'm the PTA president. Holly will be forwarding our slides. We'll have her forward by one, and we'll all stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag in the back. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. PTA's mission is to make every child's potential a reality by engaging and empowering families and communities to advocate for all children.
There we go.
Agenda tonight will approve our minutes from our June meeting, July and August as a full PTA. We'll have some updates from our administration, which we have some exciting news there. We'll have our reports from our officers and committees. We'll do some other business. We'll have an open forum for any questions or comments. We'll show you about some of the ongoing events both in the town and at our schools, and then we'll close. The approval of the minutes, we have the June meeting minutes. They are online on ERBOE under families under PTA. So I need someone to move to accept the June meeting minutes.
Almost.
And move second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Administration update, we have some exciting news. We have some sad news and exciting news. At the end of August, Mr. Gene Castro retired from our school district. We hope he's enjoying his retirement, but we're here to welcome Mr. Frank Scarafield, who is our interim superintendent, joining us just this month. I'm looking forward to working with you throughout the year and look forward to learning from your experience as well. So thank you. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Scarafield for an administration update.
That's actually doing a picture.
Your secretary.
I generally don't take good pictures. Welcome, everybody. My name is Frank Scarafield. I'm proud to serve as your interim superintendent. You obviously know that we had some big leadership voids to fill. Gene Castro was here for 10 years. He did a great job. He's got the place looking like it does. My job is to continue with progress, but also fill some positions that are very important to the district. Namely, your assistant superintendent, Ms. Lee Dobson, she had left the district. Her job, she was in charge of student services, and also she was in charge of curriculum. So we're taking the approach now of working on filling the leadership void in the student services end. And we're going to start concentrating on the curriculum end. Right now, that position is being manned by the principals, myself, we're keeping everything afloat. I will have you know that a little bit about myself. I was a former superintendent in Little Ferry for 18 years, with in between the 2-year gap in Moonachie. I started in Little Ferry in 2003. I left there in 13. I was down in Moonachie from 2013 to 15, and then back to Little Ferry in 2015 to 2023, where I retired at that point. Last year, I was called to duty in Northern Valley High School, Old Japan. I served as the interim principal last year. That was quite a day. It was full time. It's great working with high school students, but my whole career, I've worked with pre-K to 8th grade students. So some of the highlights that we have for you, we are going to be moving forward to expand classrooms in the preschool, because you do have the grant. So we don't have actually the room in the schools, but we've already been out and I've been talking to various providers here to work with them to give us some space. Those programs will be exactly the same as you have in-house. They'll be manned by certified teachers or preschool coach. So everything will be the same, but that wouldn't happen until next year. So my job this year is to set the table and get that done. Also, part of my job is to, now that we have a little bit of a leadership void, stabilize the district, make sure that we're moving forward, and then also searching for another permanent superintendent. somebody that you hope will stay for another 10 years. Because the one thing I learned in my years as a superintendent is nothing like continuity. You know what to expect, you know what to have. You will see me out and about at the front of the building and down the pantry in the mornings. And I'll come out during the dismissal to the last few days, and just get an acclimated together a lot of meetings. But I enjoy meeting the parents. Please come up and introduce yourself. I'm very approachable. I do listen. That's one of my best skills. I do listen. My wife says I listen, but I don't always act on my I listen. So I do that. So anyway, I feel welcome. Everybody here has been great. You have great facilities. I've seen great teachers and I've seen some really good things going on. Today, I was even witnessing all three schools had fire drills, very well run. Your principals are very experienced, knowledgeable. They really have the right stuff to make the district move forward. So again, I feel welcome here. Anything I can do to make the district better, I take suggestions and I'm gonna try to do the best I can to, keep you guys afloat and do the best thing for each brother. Thank you for the welcome and happy to be here. Have a great evening and a great school year. Thank you.
Unfortunately, we always ask this after each presentation is, any questions from Mr. Scarafield?
Thanks.
I'm for Garfield, congratulations on this important role. My question is about the search for a new superintendent. Parents are ready to participate in search for that.
Well, my experience has been anytime they come out, I think it's sort of like preliminary and probably a good practice, maybe even if they get out and ask what you guys are looking for, superintendent. So that I know that they are looking now at resumes. I don't know how quickly they want to, but I mean, the quicker the better. But if you do have, the PTA can have a voice in this. They can put together even an ad hoc committee to give before that, this is like to see. Here's, what do you think you need to do? So that would be one question. And another thing also, in all of my years, is very important where I was, and I'm really going to apply the whip, say, get everybody to remember this, employees, versus their strength in numbers. And I think it's a well worthwhile organization. You don't want to get into this, the same people always doing the same thing. Parents, and it's real important that everybody gets involved, because it's very worthwhile. PTA does great things for school, great things for the kids. Yeah, any other questions? You can always text me outside. I'm always available. Thank you.
And that said, also, the Board of Ed meetings are public and posted on the ERBO website. So you're always welcome to join those meetings as well and voice your concerns. They always give the citizens a few minutes to speak at every meeting, so do that as well. Not just as a PTA, but as an individual. Mr. Barrow, Mr. Velarde, Mrs. Burrell, would any of you like to speak?
I'll go first. Thank you. Want to thank Mr. Lyon and the board and all the parents that are in attendance, and welcome Mr. Scarafield. Thanks for all the support for our schools and team. Want to thank the PTA and all the parents that came and staff to the ice cream social. We had a really good turnout. I think it was a real great success. Opening week last week. Appreciation to everyone for the collaboration for especially drop off and pickup. Safe and consistent dismissals are the best. So parents, I know sometimes you want to change that up, but with the younger students, the most consistent dismissal is the safest. So appreciate your cooperation with that. We're excited tomorrow, as Mr. Velarde will go into tomorrow's Lincoln's back to school night. So the district has a 12:30 dismissal. On the 11th, we have Patriots Day. We have a Spirit Day for Patriots Day. Wear red, white, and blue. And we have our book fair scheduled for the last week of September. I have to coordinate with Mr. Lyon and PTA just for the 2 specific days that we'll have that. We'll set the schedule for that. So more information to come. And we have picture day on October 2nd, following with parent conferences on the 29th, and then Halloween to follow right after. More information will go out individually from schools. Appreciation to everyone that sent in their technology fee through Pay Schools, money order or check, no cash, and making sure that you've completed, if you have not already, Genesis forms. Really excited to get through the first full week, and appreciate everyone's support and collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barrow. I don't know if you mentioned, but Mackenzie back at school night will be September 3rd. Any questions for Mr. Barrow? Oh. All right, go ahead. Any questions? Okay, no other questions. Thank you, Mr. Barrow.
Thank you.
Mr. Velarde or Mrs. Borelli?
Good evening. I will go first. Thank you, Mr. Velarde. Welcome, everyone. It's hard to believe that we're at the beginning of the school year. However, here we are, and things are rocking and rolling already. Thank you, PTA, for the breakfast for our faculty and staff. It was very much appreciated, and they enjoyed it thoroughly. We really are very lucky to have all of you. We had, as Mr. Scarafield said, we had our fire drill today. We are having our back to school night on September 17th, which is next Wednesday. Additionally, our school counselors, Ms. Muse, and our social worker, Mrs. Ramaglia, will give a special presentation at 5:15 in our media center about the different high schools. It's never too early to start planning for your child's educational future. Choosing the right high school is crucial as it shapes your academic journey, your personal growth, and social development. So if you're interested in seeing all the different high schools, even if you're in even if you have a sixth grader or a seventh grader, it's, if you want to come and see, it's about Becton, the academies, the private schools, so you can choose where you feel is the best fit for your child. Also, we'll start at 6 o'clock for back to school night, and I'll have a brief little talk with everyone. And it's important. It's a great opportunity for the parents and the teachers to come together, build strong partnerships between the home and school. It's going to be a glimpse into the learning environment, and allows you to personally hear from your child's teachers regarding the curriculum, expectation, homework policy, grading system, and how you can help at home. This month, we'll also be recognizing in our classes, in our lessons, National Hispanic Heritage Month. And then, as Mr. Barrow said, we have our picture day on the 2nd of October, and our book fair is on the 10th, along with Lincoln School the week of. And that's all I have for now. And I hope to see everybody at back to school night next week. And for those that are going to Mr. Velarde's tomorrow, enjoy. It's always a nice time. We do give some little sweet treats to get you through the night, and some coffee on the go. So enjoy every bit of it, because before you know it, your children will be in high school, and after that, they'll be out into the real world. So thank you very much for this time, and I'll see you all soon.
Thank you so much. Any questions for Mrs. Borelli? No questions. Thank you. Mr. Velarde?
Hello and good evening, everybody. My theme for the last week or so has been Happy New Year to everybody, since we are back at it. We have hit the ground running really hard at Lincoln School. The last few days, just learning the expectations of the building. Tomorrow, I'm excited. Not only is it back to school night, which I'll talk about in a moment, but it's also our first monthly meeting of the year. This is something we started last year, and every single month we get the entire student body together. We meet in the gym. We have thematic lessons and stuff that goes on. So tomorrow is really like a great introductory day. I don't like to hound them with too much on the couple of half days, but it's a great opportunity to just kind of set the tone for a positive year ahead. Emergency protocols, never too early to start that. We've been jumping on that real early. As mentioned, we had our first fire drill today. We also already conducted our bus safety and evacuation drills with all students. We did that just yesterday. It's something we're required to do by law each year, and it's a really important piece if there were ever to be some sort of situation in which we're on a field trip or something like that. So we make sure we stay up on our protocols. Programming is underway. Actually, this morning they started with their math diagnostics already. They'll continue throughout the remainder of the week, and ELA will pick up next week. So we are moving, and we are excited for another great year of growth and achievement. As Mrs. Borelli said, a number of acknowledgements coming up Thursday, red, white, and blue for Patriot Day. Hispanic Heritage Month begins the middle of the month on the 15th. So we will be celebrating that throughout the month of September and October with stuff embedded to the program. Our back to school night, we are so excited for that. Selfishly, typically we have it in October. So it's very nice to now on the 5th day of school be able to see everybody, because usually by the time I see you all, you're like, yeah, we know this stuff. We're on to the next one. So we're very excited. As Ms. Bradley said, if anything, come for the coffee and cookies. But the doors will open at about 6 p.m., 6:15. Myself and Mr. Scarifield will begin our presentations. We also have a couple community partners joining. We will have the East Rutherford Public Library and Bergen's Promise as tables set up along with our EREA and the ERPTA. So we're excited to have some of you here tomorrow night as well. If you have any questions in advance of that, please let me know, but we're really excited for the night ahead. Some of the dates that we're working on right now, Mr. Tennell is working hard going over student data for the National Elementary Honor Society. We will have some 5th grade inductees that we'll announce at a later time. Something we plan for and conduct every year again is a full-scale evacuation drill. So we partner with Faust School to take care of that. You'll be notified of that in advance. Picture Day slated for October 2nd, Makeup Day to be determined, and the book fair is the week of October 6th. We will send you plenty of updates as we get near closer with that. Reinforcing what Mr. Barrow said, any technology fees, parental forms, please make sure you just log into Genesis, double, triple check that everything's been in there. PTA, thank you so much for the opening day breakfast, the student folders, all of the things you do. We always love partnering with you, and we look forward to another great year ahead. Thank you for your collaboration with everything. And listen, I look forward to hopefully seeing a packed gym tomorrow night.
Thank you, Mr. Pilardi. Any questions from Mr. Pilardi? Okay, none. Thank you so much. So just so that we can know who everybody is up here, my name is Kevin Lyon. I'm your PTA president. We have Jillian Hawley, our vice president, our recording secretary, Tara Pashon, our corresponding secretary, Christine Green. Unfortunately, our treasurer, Paolo Restrepo, is busy at work and could not make it tonight, but she is a superhero of the PTA, keeping all of our money all correct and every dollar accounted for, especially as I spend more and more. There's several standing committees. The standing committees are full year committees. Membership is led by our own Sharice Brown. Bylaws by Shannon Cohen, who was also not able to make it tonight. Ways and Means Fundraising by my wife, Linda Lyon. Cultural Events is Alyssa Foster Martino. She was also not able to make it tonight. And Holly Wagner leads our social media and communications. So thank you to all of the, oh, and then sorry, next page. Sorry. Then we also have our school representatives. Each school has a representative that helps coordinate that communication. So Natasha Bonilla has agreed to be our Mackenzie representative, Roseanne Puro for Lincoln, and Christine Green and Melissa Hall are helping with 8th grade committee and the Faust connection. So thank you all for all of your volunteer work. One of the things we'll cover later is that the officer positions are a 2-year term, and those will come up for vote later this year. So we'll have our reports of our committee, of our officers. The first one is our treasurer's report. As I mentioned, just forward one more slide.
Sorry.
As I mentioned, Paula wasn't here, but she did send me the reports. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the number. Whatever the balance is.
22,000, no, 252.85.
Sorry about that. I do have the reports. We also load them on the website, so they'll be loaded up this week as well. But we have the reports from the summer, so June, July, and August. But as of August, 22,000, all balanced. And I believe if you go to the next slide, 8th grade committee maintains its own bank account, and they had 1,600 some odd, I think, at the end of the August.
Gotta work our way up to 10,000.
And that's also thanks to Mrs. Green and Mrs. Hall, because they had they started fundraising early for 8th grade this year.
Oh,
So
please.
So I'll turn it over to Mrs. Green for correspondence. If you arrow through, it'll bring you to me.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I have it in the order that you have.
It's okay.
So-
Do your order.
I think you did, sorry. So the first one is, from June 16th.
Oh, I don't have that.
So Mr. Lyon and the East Rutherford PTA, on behalf of the Lincoln School community, I want to extend our sincere thanks to the East Rutherford PTA for your incredible support as we wrap up the 2024-2025 school year. As we close another successful chapter, your contributions have helped Lincoln School thrive. In just the past few weeks alone, the PTA has played a key role in supporting Field Day with volunteers, water stations, and the always popular Kona Ice Truck to ensure a fun and refreshing day for students, coordinating funding and exciting Grit Ninja experience for 4th to 7th grade Wildcats, organizing a memorable Bridge Day celebration to honor and send off our rising 6th graders in style. We are so grateful to have a PTA that works so closely with our staff and families to strengthen the home-school connection and create meaningful experiences for our students. Thank you for all that you do. Wishing you a restful, joyful summer. See you in September. Regards, beautiful RD, Principal Lincoln School. Dear ERPTA, thank you so much for the fantastic Chipotle lunch. As always, you're too kind and extremely thoughtful. Much appreciation. Love the fast teachers. You have the greatest PT. Thank you to infinity. Dear East Rutherford PTA, I'm writing to express my sincere gratitude for your generous scholarship. I was deeply appreciative to be chosen for this award. Thank you for generosity, and I'm truly grateful that I will have money to help me during college. Sincerely, Kirsten Dearborn.
Dearborn, yeah. Got cut off a little bit.
Dear East Rutherford PTA, I think there's one myself.
They
That's when, yep.
And they're both paid, so I was like, oh, is that secret? Thank you so much for this incredible honor. I am deeply grateful that I received this award. I appreciate the recognition of my work to receive this scholarship. Thank you once again for your support and my potential. Sincerely, Kaylee Dearborn. Dear East Rutherford PTA, thank you so much for your generous donation. It will be an honor to attend college debt-free thanks to your help. Thank you also for,
Sorry.
I'm trying to make the word out. Sorry.
You're helping out.
So much in elementary and middle school. It means the world. Thank you, Nina Paula.
I'm not sure how
I
to.
think I totally think, sorry.
Yep, sorry about that.
Hope you're doing well in your first week. September 3rd, 2025. Dear Mr. Lyon and members of the East Rutherford PTA. Mr. Barrow, Mr. Polari, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you and the members of the PTA for the enjoyable breakfast that was offered to our faculty on the morning of September 2nd, 2025. The breakfast buffet was thoroughly enjoyed by entire staff and truly helped to make our transition back to school such a welcome affair. Also, please accept our gratitude for the Wildcat folders that are soon to be provided for students. Once again, we thank you very much for your time and generosity. As always, it is very much appreciated. Warm regards, Regina Morales, Principal, AS Fossil Intermediate School, Brian Barrow, Principal, Mackenzie School, Peter Pilardi, Principal, Lincoln School. And that is it for this month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we'll go into the reports of our committees. Cultural events, as I mentioned, Alyssa could not be here. Go forward one slide. But I did put out what the Cultural Events Committee does. They help by planning and executing activities for our families for the integration and diversity of our town. They're also pushing it for the trunk or treat. So if anybody wants to participate on the committee for the trunk or treat, that's not to have a trunk necessarily at the trunk or treat, but to help plan the event. We are looking for people to help with that. On social media.
Hi, everyone. I am your social media guru here. My goal is to try to keep everybody up to date through our social media platforms of Instagram and Facebook with any updates that happen, either, half days, anything with the schools, anything that we're doing fundraising wise. So just keep a constant eye out on our Facebook and our Instagram. It is the most up to date with what we have going on. So.
East Rutherford page on Facebook is the one that you want to, East Rutherford NJ is the one that you want to follow. And then we're also on Instagram, it's ERPTA host, and we're on YouTube where you'll find the recording of these meetings. For fundraising, Linda.
Hi, everyone.
Let's see, what are we doing? No, lots of different fundraisers. There are annual ones like Scholastic Book Fairs at all schools. We also do the History Days. We do holiday shops, come December, and again, in all the schools. This year, we're gonna do repeat, we are gonna do the greeting card, fundraiser again, that we hit last year, we've had people already asking about it. So we're gonna do that again, that'll be in October for delivery in November. Obviously the trunk or treat, that's not really a fundraiser then, sorry.
The tricky tray I put on there.
Well, tricky tray,
Almost like.
Oh, sorry.
tricky tray.
She's just hiding over
Yeah. An amazing job of Pray to Light of the last 2 years. It has been a huge success for us. And we look forward to doing it again. And I'm sure that Sharice will be happy training some new people so that at some point she can hand it off because our kids are all getting 8th grade next year. So what other we also have the diamond donate to make sure you're checking those folders that are coming home with kids and checking your social media. The first two that are upcoming are Jersey Mike's on the 16th and Panera on the
I think it was
18th. Hold on.
October.
October. It's in October, yeah.
They're one a month. October 14th.
14th.
Is Panera. Again, both of those, we did a lot of those last year and we did not have success in all of those places. So we are just kind of keeping the ones that we are solidly, funded from.
We do have one coming in November too at Wendy's in East Village, so.
Right behind we had some offerings from, and this kind of overlaps too with the cultural events that I'm gonna work with Alyssa, but we've had offerings from like the Yankee theme. We've had an offering to do a New Jersey Devils hockey game fundraiser. So if anybody wants to, work with me on subcommittees on those, please let me know. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas. Oh, and Gertrude Hall, that's the other big one. That's this one. Okay, that's all. Thank you. I can go on forever.
Thank you. Membership, please.
Like you can remember.
Somebody.
112, we got 2 more since I wrote it. So. And membership obviously helps enroll people in our membership. If people fill out the form, Sharice is the one who enters them all in the computer. So we thank you very much for all that effort as well. Next. School representatives, as I mentioned, each of our schools has a representative. If you can just go ahead to the next slide. Our Mackenzie School, as Mr. Barrow mentioned, had our ice cream social. That was our first event for Mackenzie. And then Natasha, I don't know if you want to speak to any of the other activities, but on the next slide, there's a couple of things that we're doing. There's Mackenzie Day Out that we do in March and the 3rd grade. I know Natasha was like, I do this. Don't do it, but these are things that we do at Mackenzie, specific for Mackenzie School, a Mackenzie Day Out, and in addition to the book fairs and holiday shops and things like that. So some of the things.
Kevin, I don't know if you have this on another slide, but do you want to talk about the class parents? Because I know that's big.
Yes, I don't have it on another slide. Thank you. I forgot about that. Request that people become classroom parents. We pick one per classroom. Thank you. We have the flyer, which will go home with the students this week. And one thing I do want to just say, unlike in the past, they do not always welcome the parents into the classroom. It's more coordination between the parents of the students in the classroom and the teacher. But not every classroom says, yes, come in and help with these certain events. So
the classroom parents also are basically like our front line.
Yep.
with our school reps to help keep things in communication or questions. That's all. It helps.
Yeah, they help with all the communication between PTA and the teacher and the students and the families, and back from them to us as well. So, yep. And so we will be asking for those. And I believe we pick one or 2 per classroom, depending on the size of the classes. And homerooms for Lincoln and South, we pick a homeroom rep as well. And then for Lincoln School, Rose. Okay. There's no real update, I don't think, right? We haven't really started, but for Lincoln School, we do several things in the fall. One is the Thanksgiving piece. So that will be in November. So if anybody wants to help Rose plan that, that's a huge undertaking that we serve basically a Thanksgiving dinner or lunch to all of our fourth and fifth grade students. And then we do the hot chocolate social in December, where we serve hot chocolate or cider to all of our fourth and fifth grade students. And it's a wonderful, fun time. And I know it's, especially from the Thanksgiving piece, some of the feedback we get is some of the students hadn't seen some of the foods that we served before. So it was fun for them to explore different foods that they may not have known about. And then also as we put together other events, sorry, the next slide is the Kids Night Out. We do Kids Night Out in March for our Lincoln schools. And then we do the fifth grade moving up ceremony at the end of the year. So those can certainly use help for all of those activities. And again, these are in addition to the book fairs and holiday shops and books, picture days and all.
This is what all that money goes for.
Yeah. It's all fundraising goes for. That eighth grade committee, Mrs. Green
Melissa, Steve.
or Melissa. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanna double check. All right, if I forget anything though, let me know. Okay, so basically for anyone who isn't familiar with the eighth grade committee, we're here to raise money to help offset costs of eighth grade yearbooks, other field trip. They have formal, a class gift, breakfast, and a few other fun things. We wanted to say thank you to all that supported our lemonade stand at Christmas in July. Raised about $600. $700. There you go. We have included our parent welcome sign up letters. I don't know if there's any eighth grade parents here, but it's going to be in the folders. In the eighth grade wildcat folders. So please be on the lookout for any eighth grade parents. Our next meeting is next Tuesday, the 16th at the community hall on Grove Street. And our next fundraiser is the eighth grade pumpkin patch at the fall festival. Need all the help we can get with setup during and the whole weekend. So please sign up to volunteer.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go to thanks.
Yep, and our eighth grade committee makes sure that our students get all the way through the year and get the graduation done with, right? So
Passing down pictures.
passing down pictures.
December 2nd.
Early, well, it'll be early December. I'm not sure the exact date.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for a follow-up from BNL, but they do know that we want to change it from the first. The person who makes the calendar is on vacation, so they should get back to them soon.
Thank
Or
you.
was on vacation last week. Next slide, financial review. So every year PTA has to go through a financial review. I told you Paula is a phenomenal treasurer. She does an excellent job, but the state requires that we have an independent party of 3 PTA members review the finances for the past fiscal year, and then submit a report based on that. So we are looking for 3 people. That cannot be Paula or myself because we manage the finances. 3 people who would come in and basically review the finances for the organization. It's not a hard job. It's not a long job. It's just a job that has to be done. So, and that has to be done by, I think it's end of October, or there's a date in October when we have to submit that. So that's something we're going to need people pretty soon for. So if anyone is willing to step up for that, we'd love to have you. Nominating committee, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but we probably won't get really involved in this until early January, but we will be, our bylaws are that our board of directors is elected every other year. So this year will be one of those years where we elect a new board of directors, all of the people that you see up here. Not that we can't rerun or run for another position, but we need to have a nominating committee to come in, obtain those names and put them up for the vote. So that will be in January. We'll be on the lookout for more information about that. I have some new subcommittees I'd love to create if we can, because there's some programs that National and New Jersey PTA provide to us. One is a Reflections Art Program. This is a program that encourages our students to create works of art in both visual art as well as dance, music, and filmography. And then submit it both first at a local level, and then based on their ranking, we would have people coming to judge it based on their ranking at the local level. They would move to the county level. Based on that ranking, they could move to the state and ultimately to the national level. And they actually get prizes at each of those levels based on the organization that's running it. So if we could put a committee together to try to start that soon, we could do that possibly late fall, early winter for our local event. to be able to push forward those entries into the.
Do we need the participation of the art teachers?
We can use I've already mentioned it to the art teachers, and Mrs. Bashir is definitely on board. I haven't yet met the new art teacher for Mackenzie,
What's
so
wrong
I'm
with
not
that?
sure.
It's wrong with that.
Okay,
I haven't met her.
yeah, I haven't met her yet, so I'm not sure, but even if we just did it for the older grades or something, that would be fine too. It doesn't have to be a, district-wide program. The next one is a PTA STEM Families and Science Festival. This is a festival we could put on, and all of these new things also have grants that we can apply for to get money from the state and national PTA to help offset the funding for them, for these events. STEM Families and Science Festival helps us run basically a science fair where there would be both the traditional science fair, do an experiment, and put on a poster board all the results, as well as like on-hands experiments that some of our younger kids might be able to come and do with some of maybe our older students helping them. So that would be a STEM Families activity that we could do or event we could do. And then the last one is Healthy Lifestyles. And this is another wellness style fair that PTA recommends that we could do, that we could also do at any point with any level of grade. It doesn't matter the grade, it would be where we would have YMCA and other local health and wellness people come in and demonstrations and or have things to remind our community for health and wellness and keeping a healthy lifestyle. So those are 3 options. We don't have to do any of them, but those are things I'd like to try to push forward this year. So if people are interested, please contact me and we'll try to get some stuff going there. We have a lot of volunteer opportunities now that the new year has begun. So you're going to press the button and we're going to see the first one. First one is back to school nights. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be here for Lincoln back to school night. Back to school night, the recommendation is if you have a student in the school, don't volunteer to be on the PTA for that back to school night. Enjoy being a parent of a student in that school for back to school night. But if you don't have a parent in Lincoln School and can be here tomorrow night to help out, that'd be great. On next Wednesday will be Faust back to school night, and September 30th will be the back to school night for Mackenzie. Mackenzie School, we need additional help because we also want our parent book fair during that back to school night. So while the parents are also going to the teachers, they can also come into the gym where we have it set up where we have the book fair set up on the stage and shop there. We need some people to help them shop as well as to bring them up. So that one definitely before. The next one is our Scholastic Book Fairs during the week when the students come to shop. Mackenzie will be the week of September 22nd, and Lincoln is the week of October 3rd. Sorry, can't read it from, I forgot there's an event on this side. So those 2, we would need people to come during the school day. That would be, you do have to be a registered PTA member to volunteer for an event in school during the school day. That's just a requirement of being part of that volunteer opportunities. You have to be a member of the PTA. Outside of school hours, we allow non-PTA members to volunteer as well. Then our next one is for their picture day, all 3 schools on one day, October 2nd. So we need volunteers. Usually have a few extra at Mackenzie because obviously the younger students need a little more help than the older students, but we also bring people in here at Lincoln and over at Faust as well. And then the pumpkin patch, which Mrs. Green had mentioned with the 8th grade committee, they can certainly use your help. Also, our town has asked if people would like to help run. They have a game trailer that the town runs. So there's also a link for you to sign up to help the town. We prefer you to help the PTA, but if you want to help the town, you can help the town too.
Okay.
And you do not have to be a member of the PTA to help the town. These links, these boxes that you see, these are actually on our PTA website. So you can also go out to our website and there's a volunteer tab. And on that volunteer tab, you can click on any one of these and it'll bring you to the form to sign up. And then this one, our trunk or treat is going to be October 24th. So this is if you'd like to volunteer to help us keep things spooky at the trunk or treat. This is to volunteer, not to volunteer to be a car again, but like I want to help with the pizza sales. I want to help with the coordination of the trafficking.
For those of you who may not know about the trunk or treat, if you're new, the trunk or treat, we actually sell snacks. We have goodie bags that we hand out, so it kind of helps keep things organized and running smoothly. That's what these volunteers are about, not volunteering for trunks, that's a different side.
There will be a sign up for the trunks once we get that going, probably early October, I think so. And then that's it for volunteer opportunities. Right now, there'll be plenty more. There is one piece of new business I wanted to bring up, if you go to the next slide. This is more for the board. We have received one additional scholarship application. It was at Faust's mailbox. I only received it last week, but it was dated May 8th. The deadline was May 9th. So I don't know if we should consider that application as received before the deadline and also grant an award to that member or that person, or just say, sorry, we didn't get it in time and we're beyond that.
Was it the student handed it in time though, and you?
I don't know when they handed it in. I only know that when I went to check the mail last
Yeah.
week, it was there.
I
but
hate
I
for
hadn't
them
checked the
to
mail
lose
all
out
summer.
because like the
But
mail didn't
They
get
had
to us.
May 9th through this end of summer, so I know, and they never gave it to me. Sorry?
Was it postmark?
It wasn't, it was handed in,
Ah.
so they hand delivered it, because there's no postmark or any dates on it, other than the signature date says May 8th.
That's kind of, yeah, that's kind of fair, because if it was Faust, Miss Wolf,
Right.
Yeah,
like.
Yeah. If she'd gotten it early May, she would have gotten it.
Yeah, I
to us
can't
sooner.
imagine that.
they're really
That's
good about that.
Yeah, so we'll treat that as if it was a
We
late
have our own personal
entry,
person.
and sorry.
Yeah.
We get instant delivery.
Become whole, so.
Okay, thank you. And then any open discussion, any comments or questions or concerns? Yes,
So last year, the president celebrated was a haunted house, at the house. This year, we do not have it at the house, we are having it at the community center. We will have 4 rooms, we need volunteers. Anybody want a room? Or like the PTA want to do a room, the PTA want to do a room, we need 4 rooms, so we need volunteers to set up a room.
So is that like? Is that our own, so it would be our own device, right? Like we would be like, hey, we want to be, whatever, and we would pull it together and say. It's not like you're.
Everybody can have a room, take that theme, and then we got actors for that room, like, it's your vision.
Right.
We can get actors and stuff, but as far as decorating, like, you're totally responsible.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure I understood, that it wasn't, we're asking like for hands-on help as opposed
Then
to.
the trick, you're gonna get same thing, to get it. And then we'll have like the fun stuff downstairs. In the other senior part of the
Yep.
community center, we'll have food trucks and stuff, but we can do a ticket this year, if you don't have anything else, like, but we came into house, we're doing it.
so
So we don't include into the back door, the community center, or the maze of. And then we can start it down there.
I guess the question on the floor is whether PTA wants to sponsor, not sponsor, but.
Well, yeah,
host-
sponsor, yeah.
Sponsor slash host slash decorate, right, execute on
Yeah.
a room for the.
I mean, we need the whole
haunted
thing,
house.
and, we need to worry about decorating and figuring it all.
So it's like having a trunk or treat, but it's a whole room.
Yeah, but much bigger scale.
Versus, yeah, versus the bar.
The community center.
Like, you'll set up a school room. Like, vertical state walls last year, because, house.
Mhm.
Those were like kind of fake walls that are in the hallway and stuff, so we are gonna have the fake walls up to make it more different.
Was that something? we
When is
want-
that, as again, when we have to make that decision by?
So,
Yeah,
it's
sooner.
gonna be October 30th.
But if we didn't know until October 8th, that would probably be too late. Like that's our next.
Yes,
meeting.
I would think that's probably too
I
late.
mean, honestly, after the 8th, if we only have 2 rooms,
Right.
right, then we're gonna need, we still need 2 more, so I guess it's really a first come, first served. So, as of now, nobody's volunteered for work. We-
Yeah.
Want to put it to a vote?
Yeah,
For the October 8th meeting.
Yeah, I feel like we
Yeah.
definitely should speak to Alyssa too, because she's trying to do the trunk or
Yeah,
treat
do
and
that.
then. Yeah.
We'll do that. But speaking of town events, if you go forward 1 slide. East Rutherford, they also mentioned they want to do a bingo night in town. And the ask is that every 2 weeks, the bingo night will be every 2 weeks. And they're asking different organizations in town to host a night on occasion. It wouldn't necessarily be that every 2 weeks, but might be once every other month that PTA would host in this example. So they were asking if PTA would be interested in hosting that event on occasion. The monies that are collected during that event go back to the organization that is hosting. So we would receive as a fundraiser any monies that are collected that night, I guess the net profit of that evening for bingo. So if that's something we're interested in or
I
want.
think that's a good idea.
And I think basically what would be required to do, to make sure we have people manning
That I.
whenever
Someone to
snack
call the
bar or
numbers
whatever.
and snack bars, manning,
I would say, yeah.
the
Selling
ticket sales and,
things like that.
As long as we're not planning.
all that.
Yeah, like,
I think that that's a great idea.
Something
Yeah. I think it's a no-brainer for
Even if
Henry.
one being just like an eighth grade, like, I think that there's enough of us on board that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one would vote.
Yeah. it's all good.
We're gonna vote on whether or not PTA wants to join the rec department in hosting an occasional bingo night. Throughout the year, so however often that is, like get ourselves on that schedule to be the host. Right,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, and then whoever's hosting, you can get the receipts for that night, up the next problem. So, what's on the table is that we would host the bingo night on occasion, we'd have to figure out that schedule.
Is it is it like a once a month thing?
It's at every 2 weeks, so I guess it depends on how many
wow.
groups.
We wouldn't
are.
do every 2 weeks.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Bingo,
the
is that
town
bingo
needs
would
to
be
run
every
bingo
No,
every
like-
2 weeks. But if the fire department wants to, and the police
Right.
department wants to, and the board of ed wants to, and the PTA wants to, and this wants to,
PTA and the committee.
then we get it every
Yeah.
5 times, every 5th
Yeah.
entry would be ours, or every 8th time would be ours, every 3 months, or every 2 months,
Yeah.
however often it would work out based on the schedule, yeah. We wouldn't have it every 2 weeks, it's not good, we're not that good. Sorry,
And when did it start?
January,
I
Oh,
think, yeah,
okay.
I think that's good because it's after the holidays, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I.
It's in your
I
books.
see.
Yeah.
On the rec department, and I apologize, I know we're not. Okay. Okay,
That's the one that really nothing's going on.
yeah, we're kind of quiet that one too.
Yeah.
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 So I
Okay,
need to do official vote on it.
yeah, so all in favor of hosting a bingo night beginning in February?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. We will let Evelyn know. Evelyn is the rec director. We will let her know that PTA is interested in pursuing that and get more details, obviously, as it comes forward. If it becomes too burdensome, we'll revisit it, but that's certainly something.
I would say if they need
Yeah.
if they need like a point person,
Yeah.
I would say either myself or Christine.
Yeah.
As fundraising, I'm Melissa, yeah, as fundraising in 8th grade, that would be good.
Some other upcoming events in the town, Sharice, you'll be happy that I have these thanks to Evelyn. Movie night on September 19th, the movie The Goonies celebrated its 40th anniversary this year in June, so 40th anniversary showing of The Goonies, that's at Sussman Park, an outdoor event, bring your own chair. I'm not sure about drinks and food.
Think 8th grade.
We're still, I think we're still waiting for the rest of the committee to let us know if they're doing it, right? But,
Movie
the
night.
movie night, we have.
They're also doing a color run in conjunction with the Fall Festival. That will be on October 11th. We did that a couple years ago, right? It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
It was fun.
It's crazy, but a lot of fun. And you basically run from Permanent Street by the firehouse all the way down to Park Ave and get splashed with color the whole way along. And it's actually fun, believe it or not. So that will be in conjunction with the Fall Festival, which is on the next page. Fall Festival is October 10th to the 12th. And there is also sorry, I don't have this in my notes, a glow garden pumpkin patch movie night with the movies Hocus Pocus and Lost Boys on October 3rd.
Ooh,
And that will also be, I think that, oh no, that would be a community center? Oh,
No, that's a garden.
Oh, it's in the community garden.
oh, the community garden.
That-
Oh,
I was
nice.
like, where's Humboldt Street? Yeah, that's like, so that community garden, the little park where we have the community garden at the corner of Humboldt and Main Street, I think it
I
is.
think like the back students, the art students who back then are going through like little kind of jumping front.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
So if you go to the next one, you'll just see this is a summary of all of the events, the Goonies movie, the Fall Festival with the color run. Sorry, Glow Garden Pumpkin, I didn't have that on my notes, but the Glow Garden, the Fall Festival, the color run. And then the one that Sharice mentioned is that Nightmare at the Center, that's the haunted house on October 30th. And then if you go to the next slide, we have some upcoming PTA events. We have our ongoing back to school sale with our spiritware vendor. There is a flyer over here. There'll be a flyer in the folders that go home to the students. 25% off. All month. It says to the 18th, but every year they've extended it to the 30th, so I'm guessing they'll extend it again as we get closer to the 18th. But that's how we're doing spirit wear now. We should order it from this company. We get 10% of all the purchases. We're all the way up to $165 from this yesterday's email. I got an email yesterday, $165 that PTA has earned from the sales that we've made through this sale. So all the proceeds, all the money you spend there, PTA gets a little bit back. We have the Jersey Mike's fundraiser on the 16th. That is all day. Jersey Mike's is super generous. I think they give us 50% back. They also helped us out tremendously with one of our teacher luncheons last year and gave us a big discount there as well. So we're super happy with Jersey Mike's. That's the Jersey Mike's on Route 17 in the little plaza there with Verizon and Starbucks and a few other restaurants that I won't mention. Book fair comes up at the end of the month for Mackenzie and beginning of next month for Lincoln and Faust. So be on the lookout for information on that. Next one is BNL Picture Day on October 2nd. And next one is, okay, so that's everything. And then in October, we also have our Panera Dine and Donate events, the 8th grade pumpkin patch, and the trunk or treat coming up as well. So all those fun events coming up. And then for our schools, we have half days for 3 days because of the back to school nights. So tomorrow, September 10th will be a half day, September 17th will be a half day, and September 30th will be a half day. And I think September 30th is a Tuesday, not a Wednesday. We used to be Wednesdays, but because of Rosh Hashanah, I think that week it's Tuesday. And the half days, Lincoln and Faust release, let the students out at 11:54 and Mackenzie School at 12:30. And then the back to school nights are those 3 nights, and then there is no school, just go back, sorry, up arrow. Oh, no, we go back, up arrow, up arrow. One more.
There you go.
No school October 13th, and professional development day, that is Indigenous Peoples Columbus Day, so no school that day. And the East Rutherford District calendar is on the ERPOE site. They actually updated that site this year, which really is nice, because now that there's a more interactive calendar, you can filter on the school that you want to see, and you can filter on the events you want to see. So it's really actually, if you go to the district website to the calendar, it's actually much better than it has been, where you could just see the next coming events or see the whole PDF of the calendar. They really did it. I assume Mr. Higgins helped with that and did an excellent job. And now next slide. Now I'd like to observe a moment of silence. On Thursday is September 11th. So an observation of Patriots Day in remembrance of those who lost their lives in the 9/11 tragedy and all those who lost their lives through the illnesses related to that event. Let's observe a moment of silence. Thank you. And the last slide. Thank you. Our next meeting will be October 8th. It will be here again at the Lincoln School Gym. If you didn't already, there is a sign up sheet over on the side here. Please sign your name in. If you're not a member already, we can take your membership information. You can either do membership online with a credit card, or you can fill out a paper form in Venmo or give us cash. $10 for non-staff members, $6 for staff members. We also have some QR codes over there for volunteer opportunities and all the committees we talked about tonight. So if you'd like to join us in any of those volunteer efforts or join one of our committees, those QR codes will take you to the site.
There is a QR code over there for something called Give Back.
Yes.
And it's very much like some of the old Amazon, like,
Smile.
Give Back,
Amazon
yeah.
Smile.
It's very similar. You can sign up and then, you can load a card on there and then you just, whenever you use that card, PTA gets a kickback. So it depends on what sites you're on, depends on where you shop, the percentages are, different, but, the key is to get in, sign up. It's very easy, and then you don't have to think about it, you're giving money back to us, you don't even know.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Really appreciate you. And thank you, Mr. Scarfield, for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome.